Hi guys, Matt here again, and this week we're looking at the Franco Prussian War and some models from the Eagles of Empire range. Okay, so I ordered these guys a few weeks ago, quite a few weeks ago to be honest, and I got them last week, and I ordered the starter army set, the Call to Arms starter deal. Okay, so I'm just going to take you through what you get with that and looking at some of the minis as well. So first set of minis we're going to look at is the Prussians. So with the Call to Arms starter deal, you basically get 2 squads of Prussians. Okay, so that's a squad there, the guys in grey. I've already primered these, okay, just to give them a bit of a look. So with the one squad, you get 16 minis, okay, with one squad, and you get a second squad as well, which I haven't taken out of the bag yet. So 2 squads of Prussians, okay, and you get 2 squads of French, so 16 minis there, another 16 there, okay. Now the way it works is basically it's a squad-based game, this Empire of Eagles, or Eagles of Empire, sorry, and basically squads are 7 men, and they combine together into a section of 14 men, and then to that you add a command base with maybe a couple of men on it as well. So 32, not 32, sorry, but 30 figures is about the size of a section. So a single squad is 7 men, 2 squads together is 14 men, and they make up a section plus a command base. Now what I'll do tomorrow is I'll go through the rules as well, because the rules are quite good, quite interesting actually. And really this is a game, because it's a Franco-Prussian War, and it was the start of what you might call the first modern war in lots of ways. It was very, lots of small unit tactics, squad tactics, and all the kind of marching in a straight line across the battlefield that you got in the Napoleonic Wars, and even the American Civil War not long before this. To a certain extent, that mode of warfare had kind of really started to phase its way out now. And in the Franco-Prussian War, you got lots of troop movements by train, okay, and across country. Lots of transport links were made, and basically they were organised much more into open squads and free movement across the battlefield. So that, and I did actually wonder to myself how I was going to represent that, because I did think about playing it in black powder, but black powder doesn't really work in terms of units for that kind of open squad, open unit warfare that you kind of want. This is closer, in my opinion, to bolt action, to what you get in bolt action, where you get a small squad and small units of troops in quite free and open order, skirmish order almost, okay. And I think if you were to play it with black powder, you'd probably use their mixed order or skirmish order all of the time if you're playing Franco-Prussian War in black powder. But what I'll do tomorrow is I'll go through the rules, okay. So let's take a look at the figures then. So the Prussians are really, really nice. They're in lots of different poses. So you get things like the guy who's kind of standing shooting, okay. This figure standing shooting looks a bit grey. But I've actually primered these so that we can I can paint them tomorrow. I'm going to start getting them up. So the detail is really, really good on the Prussians, okay. They've got there they are with their needle guns, okay, their Dressler needle guns, okay. So I intend to start painting these up tomorrow. Okay, so with these you get your troops. There's about 14 troops altogether. You get the commander as well with his sword. Okay, very nice, classic Prussian commander pose there. With his moustache and his beard and his sabre. Okay, very nice figures. Okay, I know a couple of other people have gone through the figures online already, so I'm going to do this fairly briefly, but tomorrow I really want to go through the rules. Let's just take a look at the French as well. The French, equally nicely crafted. Okay, I think I prefer the Prussians, to be honest. I think if I'm going to play the game, I think I'd rather play the Prussians. Okay, French are really nice, aren't they? They've got this the Chassepot rifles. They've all got these kind of needle guns, haven't they? These needle rifles. Okay, and also again in a variety of positions. And we've got the commander there. Yeah, okay, with his pistol. Looks a bit like a kind of American Civil War commander. And, you know, in the American Civil War, of course, they did use French units, the foray, yeah. Okay, and, you know, really the uniforms of these Frenchmen are very much like those in the French in the American Civil War, the French units that the Union used. Okay, so a variety of different poses, very nice figures, very nice models. Okay, the Bavarians look a little bit dark, don't they? Apologies for that. That's because I've primered them. Okay, now this guy's a drummer. Looks a bit insane, doesn't he? Yeah. Okay, I'm not quite sure what he's doing. He's kind of really getting into his drumming. I don't think his head's twisted. I think it's just a pose that he's making on there. Okay, and this guy is a standard bearer. Now I've got a kind of a pole for him, but I'm probably going to use a pike, a wire pike, and I need to get hold of a Bavarian, a Prussian flag for him as well. So there we go. There's the standard bearer. Okay. So yeah. So what I'm intending to do then is start to paint these guys over the next week or so. I'm actually in the middle of painting up my Landsknecht army at the moment, so I'm going to take a break from them and start to paint these guys up. They're really nice sculpts, really nice models, and also the uniforms are absolutely gorgeous. Okay, I love the look of the Prussian uniforms, the dark blue and the black together. And what I'll just show you here, this is the kind of one of the tabs from inside the bags. Okay, Prussian line infantry. Okay, for the Franco Prussian War, absolutely gorgeous uniforms. Now, these they also come with these cards to play the game. Okay, for the different units. Now, what I'll do tomorrow is I'll go through the rules and I'll explain what all these different things mean. Firepower, movement, needle gun range, okay, etc., etc. Oh, the Chassepot has a much better range than the Drasler. Okay, that's interesting. They've got another 9 inches on the Prussians. Okay, so I'll go through exactly what all these things mean tomorrow. Okay, looks like I might be playing French after all. Okay, got better stats. So you get the reason why you get these cards is that Eagles of Empire actually create their own rules to go with this, and they send you a PDF. So when you order the army starter set, they send you a PDF. Now what I've done is I've printed off the PDF, okay, for the rules. They're really nice and short, and not very complex at all. Okay, some fantastic figure images in here, some fantastic pictures of pitched battles from the Franco Prussian War, etc. And as you go further through, one of the best things about it, in my opinion, is this is the basically the colour scheme of all the different types. And I love the Prussian Jaegers, okay, and kind of, you know, the skirmishing troops, okay. Prussian line infantry, they're kind of your main body of men. Okay, and on the other side you've got the French as well, and they're the Zouaves, the French troops that were also fighting in the American Civil War. Okay, and your Prussian line infantry, etc., etc. So I can see myself kind of going down the rabbit hole a little bit on this and getting into this even further and further, because I just love the uniforms of this period. I just love the look. It's kind of classic late 19th century look, isn't it? It reminds me of some board games I used to play, like Diplomacy and things like that. It's such an interesting period, for lots of different reasons. Okay, you got the kind of, you know, the really nice look of the uniforms of the Napoleonic period without being too fiddly, really. Okay, and probably a more modern kind of a small squad open warfare style of play as well. So I'll be really interested to see if I can get a few games of this in. Okay, so basically that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave it there. Okay, So I've shown you the figures, give you a bit of an idea about what you get as part of the army setup. Okay, so you get 2 sets of Prussians, so you get 32 Prussians altogether, and you get 2 sets of French, so you get 32 French altogether. That will make you 2 squads of Prussians and 2 squads of French. Okay, and those 2 squads can join together in a section. Okay, so you've got enough troops to have a decent skirmish game. Okay, in addition, you get the cards, which are representative of the different units. Okay, you also get cards which kind of represent the army itself, and so this is just a representation. This is the same as the individual cards. Okay, but really you can kind of use this instead of the individual cards, I should think. Okay, and you get the same for the French as well. Now tomorrow it's all going to make sense because I'm going to kind of explain what all of these things are. Okay, the last thing that I got with this was a very Eagles of Empires. They were a little bit late with the postage. Okay, probably COVID related, but I'm not going to hold that against them at all, because they sent me a very nice complimentary General Bredow. Okay, there's General Bredow. He's a Prussian general, very famous for his death ride. I think he rode recklessly into the French ranks. He survived as well. Okay, I might do a little, maybe do a little video on him later, General Bredow. Okay, so he's going to be very nice to paint up. And of course, because I've now got 1 horseman, I'm going to need some more, aren't I? So I need to go and get some cavalry, okay, and some artillery. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there. Hope you enjoyed looking at the Empire of Eagles of Empire. I keep calling it Age of Empires, Empire of Eagles. Eagles of Empire, it is called. Okay, that's the rule system. It's also the website as well. Eagles of Empire. Go there. They're a Swedish organisation, Swedish company, and the guy Soren, really nice guy. Okay, kept in email contact with me, and like I say, sent me the General Bredow as a little bit of a sorry because the postage took quite a long time to get to me. But don't let that put you off. Buy these figures. If you want to get into a new period, and you know Franco Prussian War is for you, get hold of some of these figures because they're absolutely gorgeous. The rule system's quite nice as well. Okay, so you know if you're fed up playing back powder and you want to have a go at something different, I suggest this is a really nice small period to get into. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there, and I will see you tomorrow.